Hey, Chris McGuire here, and I've got another Hey Chris question. Today's one is, hey Chris, I liked your video on selling secondhand gear. Thanks. But what about buying secondhand gear? Is this a good idea? Like so many of my answers, this answer is, it depends. In my position, because I've had the luxury of working in a music shop for so long and seen a lot of gear go through my hands and things like that, and I kind of know what the price points are supposed to be, new to second hand, across a couple of decades now of gear. I am in a much better position than normal people of spotting what would be a bargain, what's really good, what I currently sort of need and looking for, and looking for something that specifically fills that void. Now, most people don't have that luxury, and if music is really just a hobby, or if you've only just gotten into music, it can be a little bit hard to sort of know what is a bargain, what's not, what's could potentially be dodgy, things like that. Basically, my advice is, if you're buying guitar effects pedals, I think that's more or less a pretty safe bet. You can do a lot of research on the internet about prices and things like that, and if a particular model has good reviews and things like that, all this information is usually pretty accurate and readily available on the internet. Plus, effects pedals usually don't have many faults go wrong with them. Usually their lifespan is very long, and you're not expected to see many problems, if any, occur in your effects pedals. You have to be fairly unlucky to get a dud one, especially to get something that works one day and not the other day. That's not usually how effects pedals go. Now, when it comes to instruments, this is a little bit different. There's so many options out there that it really is a little bit tricky. So there are brand name knockoffs that aren't actually brand names, imitation instruments, and this is rife, and it's hard to spot the difference sometimes. So you really have to know what you're sort of looking for and really do a lot of research. If there's something that sounds too good to be true, it usually is. So take that with you when you're starting to have a look at certain things. Once it does come to an instrument, really sort of think to yourself, do I really need this instrument? Is this the hole that I need to fill? Just because something is a bargain doesn't necessarily mean that that is for you. So say if you're a hardcore Fender person, for example, and you just like Fender guitars, and you see a Gibson going cheap, are you really going to be using that Gibson much if you're so much of it in the Fender camp? Probably not. If you're a hardcore metal dude and you see a great jazz guitar going cheap, probably not a good reason to buy it just because it's going cheap, if you know what I mean. So really make sure that you're buying things for the right reason. What I tend to do is think of what I want in advance and then go searching for it, and really take your time. If you do want any advice, definitely you can ask musician friends and things like that might have more experience at doing this sort of thing and wheeling and dealing in secondhand musical goods and things like that. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to ask for some advice. Or if you do see something, feel free to ask somebody, I saw this on the internet, what do you think? Usually people will give you the right advice. So yeah, but it really is buyer beware and kind of depends. Hopefully this has somewhat pointed you in the right direction and got a couple of tips from it. If you did like the video, please click on the like button if you're watching this on YouTube. It really helps us out and keeps us motivated to do more of these questions. And if you do have a question of your own,